Hi, I am going to show you how I automated invoicing under QuickBooks for a small family business called Mobile Harbor Services. And if you look up here in QuickBooks, there is an option under Utilities and Import to import your invoicing in bulk. Notice here, this is an empty invoice. This is the last one. So what I can do is add, say, 10 records in bulk from one source file by going up under File, going Utilities, Import, and IIF, and then importing a source file. Let me give you an example of what these source files look like. What we've created here is a macro where the user can do Control D, and over here plug in customer 1 service was performed under this date, 2 under this date, again on the 18th, and customer number 3 service was performed on the 22nd. And this is different instances where you have performed service. You're going to enter the date, and this can be modified for whatever the business is. The entire concept, the entire plan after this, let me run this macro, is it will go and set up the information under what is referred to as a source file. It is then this source file with this information that's been created from having an Excel workbook. You've added all your data. You have an address tab. You have some pricing over here, and this varies per business. In this particular case, we have set up the macro from this section here. Again, let me show you. And I also have a small video that shows you on a bigger scale how many clients this can handle. But what it does is it resets everything. You go plug in, let's say just even for one client, you did some servicing, you run your macro, and then over here it sets up your source file. What we have to do then is save this source file. We have to save it as a .txt. Save it in a location in your computer that you can reach later. So from Excel macro, because I am doing some automation in the Excel file, I'm calling it a macro. I need to change it to a .txt. That's the extension being changed. The reason I'm doing that is to clear any formatting when I end up changing the file from a .txt. Actually, that didn't work. Let me do it again. File, save as. I'm going to change this one to a .txt from here, from the save as type, and then go under text tab, delimited .txt. You guys see that? .txt. Click save. You'll get this pop-up. To save only the active sheet, click OK. That's what I want because this active sheet is the source file. I'm going to click OK. Some features will be lost. That's fine. That's all the macros, etc. So I'm going to click, do you want to keep using this format? Click yes. Close this out because then what I want to do, you don't have to save. I best practice save, resave again, which is probably extra work. You can see here, now I have a .txt file. I've saved this to a .txt file, and it's basically going from the Excel macro to this txt, I'm going to right click and I'm going to rename this to an IIF. IIF, IIF, click enter. If you change the file name extension, the file might become unusable. This will work for us. Do you want to rename this file to an IIF? We're going to say yes, we do. And here comes in our, for YouTube, IIF. This is what I'm going to import because I find it's less buggy when I import an IIF file from an Excel. You can see here, File, Utilities, Import. You can import Excel files, add, edit multiple lists. I don't generally approach the import using this. I think it's buggy. Close this out. I use these IIF files and I found it to be quite easy, and it saved Mobile Harbor Services probably 60% of the time we would otherwise spend invoicing the clients because everything's being plugged in through this IIF file in bulk. So click this, import the information, and you'll see a little window here, run a time, and 9173 will have the customer information. One last thing, if you're setting up your data, make sure that you're starting with 9173 here. In this case, this would override information you already have in QuickBooks, or it will give you a problem when you try importing. So I would need to go plug in here 9173 and make sure that is the most recent invoice that I'm importing in bulk, and then everything will come in. If you want to see the source file, contact me under jazzfin.com, JAZFIN.com, under the Contact Us tab, and I can provide you with the source file, or you can contact me in the comments below. I hope this is helpful. This is just one of many ways that we can improve business efficiencies.